The Pale Heart is easily one of my favorite destinations they have ever made. Absolutely everything about it. I've never just enjoyed being on a destination so much. Just everything about the linear path, I think, is excellent, especially in the campaign, how you're progressing in a direction. You're not going back on yourself and you're not repeating the same areas. Like every new mission, you get further and further in, and it goes from this just beautiful, lush, green, just colorful, vibrant area to this very just gloomy, post-apocalyptic, just doomy area.
That's wrong and very surreal.
And it's just got so many the little puzzles and secrets, just the little chests, like little stitching chests that it will kick the ball into the area. Like they're perfectly done because they're so simple. You can kind of figure them out by yourself, but they're not too long and annoying, and they don't get boring. Like the amount of times I would just go into the blooming and then just mess around with some stuff, and even with no purpose, with no like thing to do, just being in the space was actually just fun. And Overthrow as well. Overthrow is
such
excellent.
a clever idea.
The fact that you can do it solo, because the problem I've always had with all of these, I can't even remember what they were called in Neomuna and in the Throne World.
Events.
The big event type thing where it's just like the waves, the Overthrow type event, is impossible to do solo at the highest level because you would load into a zone and then you might get some amount of waves through, and then for the final waves it was just simply not designed for one player to do. It's possible, I'm sure, of course it's possible, but it's just way too difficult, way too many enemies spawning, whereas Overthrow is designed to be solo, and the fact that you can do it by yourself, it was so much more accessible and replayable, I thought, than any other patrol space. And just as far as just secrets and cool little Easter eggs and just random things there are around there, it was way more than I did kind of expect. Savathun's Throne World to have a lot more secrets and kind of be on the Dreadnought level, but I did think the Throne World was quite lacking. And Neomuna, the same, is very empty, but we all know the thing was delightful. But the Pale Heart, as far as just secrets and depth and intricacies, I just absolutely love that destination. I think it's the best one they've ever made.
It has to also be said that Overthrow as well has a really special place in all this, and I think that's because it's geniusly designed on the basis that if you just do one little thing, and get one little chest, you know, you might do that passively on the side, and then it's like, oh well, who knows? I might get an exotic class item to drop from that on a lark, and it's like, I'm on my way to do this. Why not? And then you return from doing whatever you were doing, be it assist, or be it some kind of other secret hunting, or be it going after something else, and your progress isn't gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you're halfway through one level of Overthrow, and you're like, I mean, I guess I could finish some of it.
Yeah, that is
and then,
exactly.
you can, and lots of the objectives and the Pathfinder push you towards that central activity, and it's got a bunch of different mini events to it too, which have a decent amount of variety across all three zones in which it can be found. So like it gives you a new format for what the open worlds of Destiny can do now, and I'm really pleased with what they've done. It's the more innovative world design that really we knew Bungie could do, but we were just not necessarily seeing it out of them, and it's here now in game, and I think as a proof of concept, if they build more on this, they've got a fantastic format here. You know, like, this is better than just having a random public event every once in a while. The Pale Heart feels very alive. Yeah. I think isn't the best way to put it.
And especially the fact that it's designed solo is very difficult for you to have so much fun by yourself. Like I said before, other destinations that require other players, or just like, okay, well, there's no point. Even some public events, like, I'm trying to think which ones, but some of the, like the Vex sinking the plates, like some of them really are very difficult to do solo because you can't be in three places at once, no matter how good you are. And obviously you can just like, you know, find some crazy building. It's possible, but a lot of them just simply aren't designed for one player. But this just, the fact that you can be by yourself and you feel kind of alone in this world is just absolutely love it.
Yeah. And they bridged in a bunch of awesome stuff with the narrative as well. I'll only touch on this briefly because, you know, I could witter on about it forever, but the Kvosh'Tov exotic. I struggled to say quest, but, you know, progression line, I guess, where you need to pick up all the different bits and pieces, but then also you're looking at the you're looking at the memories of the traveler with Micah. oh my God, such a clever idea to sit there and tie those into that quest, because it gives you some astounding revelations about the nature of the world and what's happening, you know? The fact that there is harmony between the light and dark in the Traveler, the actual play-by-play of what the Traveler was going through when the shard of the EDZ was created and dropped off from it, and why it's all mangled and screwed up down there in the Dark Forest. These are just little bits of context here and there, but man, so much good stuff just packed in there, and brilliant. Just full stop. Love it. Everything about it is fantastic.